everyone, welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and this is a prep video for our 31 days of Halloween. And what we're doing today is, call me crazy, well, my sisters already accused me of being nuts, but I'm making 31 rosettes. Now I'm going to link a video down below of a gal who's done the mathematics for whatever size rosette you want to do. Now, with that said, I tried her math, and for the smallest one, it didn't quite work, but it gave me a starting point. I knew I needed my rosette to be about 1.5 inches across, which means I needed a strip of cardstock that would be 3/4 of an inch long. And her math worked for to give me the right amount of paper strip that I need, and for these I needed a 6-inch strip. So I'm starting with a piece of cardstock 3/4 of an inch wide and 6 inches long. The other thing you're going to need is a scoreboard. You can also use your paper trimmer and just score every 1/4 inch, but that's what you're going to do. You're going to score every 1/4 inch. Now I'm going to try and leave this in camera, but I may have to scoot it towards me to see what I'm doing. But I'm starting at the 1/4 inch mark, and it wants to move on here because there's really nothing there to hold it. So I've got to get a couple of them in here first. And I'm doing every 1/4 inch, which means on this particular scoreboard, I'm doing every other line. So it goes 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, and then the 1 inch. And see, it wants to slide on me, so I've got to try and give myself a place that I can hang on to it. And once I get started, it stays in place pretty well. But I don't even have to look at the numbers. I know I just need to go every other groove. I will tell you I did this on one earlier, and I didn't do every other groove. I hit one where I hit every groove, and then it really messed up how I wanted to score. So let's see. I got to scoot this towards me to see where I'm at. I'm on the 1/4. Okay, so I'm at the 1/2, the 3/4, the 4 inch, 4 1/4. And you really want to keep your paper tight up against here, because if you don't, your lines are going to be off. 3/4, 5, 5 1/4, 5 1/2, and I'm shy, so I'm just going to move this over, and I'm going to line one of these score lines up in the groove board, and it doesn't matter where, and hit it again, okay? And that's all there is to it. Whatever length of paper you're working with, you score every 1/4 inch. Now I do have a tab here that's extra. I'm going to go ahead and snip it off. Wow. Looked like my glue scissors were bent for a minute. Okay. And then all you're going to do is you're just going to accordion fold back and forth on those score lines. And that's why it's important that you pay attention and make sure you're getting in the right score line, because you want these to be exact. You want your rosette to be evenly spaced. Now, before I finish folding this, if you wanted to put a decorative edge on here, you could cut this with pinking shears and give yourself a bit of a detail edge. I chose not to do that. I think that with everything that's going to be on this MemoryDex card, the straight edge is plenty. Okay, and when I get them all squished together like that, every other fold, that gives me my peaks and valleys, gives you your accordion, okay? Now, you'll notice here, I have one that's going down and one that's going up, and that's what I want, because I want to be able to bring this around, bring it around this way, and set this one inside of that one. You don't want them to where they butt up against one another. You want to set them inside one another. Now, I tried doing this with the hot glue gun, and it was an epic fail because I had glue strings everywhere. So I'm going to run a bit of glue right there and then sandwich those together. And what that does is creates the extra valley. Now, for this 1.5 inch diameter, you need something to hold the rosette in place. So I have a 3/4 inch circle in black cardstock cut. And this is where it takes a little bit of play. Okay, you're going to see me scrunch it all up together, down on my table, and then I'm going to start pushing it to where it folds into itself on the table. And it takes a little maneuvering, and the more you crease it and play with it, the easier it gets for it to collapse. Sometimes it's easier to just pop it just like that and get it started. And I'm surprised I can still do this. But see, I've got one here that didn't pop, so I've got to pop him back up and make him crease. Okay, he wants to lay down. That's probably where I folded that. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to make him come up here whether he wants to or not. We're going to make him crease whether he wants to or not. Okay, then I have one of my little black circles, and I don't want to do it on this. So I'm going to take my glue gun, and I've got it heated up, and I'm going to put glue right in the center. Not a big glob. I don't want it to squish up through the top. Okay. And then I'm going to keep this squished. Don't you love that word, squished? I don't know why this one has given me such fits. That one just does not want to stay creased, but I've got him creased up there now. And I'm just going to lay it over top. Just like that. We made him squish whether he wanted to or not. And just hold that in place on that hot glue for a minute. And now we'll turn it over and see if I hit the spot. That's the tricky part. That's the tricky part. And it doesn't look like I did. So we are going to take that hot glue. Now I'm going to be making 31 of these. So, you know, if you want to, if you wanted to sit here for some entertainment, I could do that for you. But I will tell you that the more you play manipulating that fold, ow, hot. The more you play manipulating that fold, the easier it is for this to suction on top of there. And we're going to do it one more time. Hold it in place. And yeah, that was hot. I am working on a high temp glue gun, because it gives me a little bit more working time. So there will be cold water in my future on that finger. And there we go. And now we have our rosette. Now this one's a little rough because that one just didn't want to bend, and I was messing with it while I was trying to get the hot glue off my finger. But by the time I put, let me see if I've got a piece of light color here I can use. I haven't decided what style of number I am putting on here yet. But by the time I put my number on there, you're not going to see the extra boo-boos and all the other stuff that's going to be on there anyway, so we'll be fine. So let's make one more and see if I can avoid burning my finger this time, shall we? Man, that was on there good. Okay. We're going to start here, and we're going to start on our quarter fold. Go to the half. 3/4, and the idea is make sure you keep flush up against this edge and flush up against the top edge so that you get good solid creases. And I know that's what part of that problem was. I had slid. And I'm trying to keep this where you can see. So today starts our 31 days of Halloween, which means every afternoon. I'm going to say roughly, whoops, I get that one off. And that one's going to give me problems because I got off. roughly every, I'm going to say I want to try to do them around 4 o'clock. Okay, no, that's not right either. That one's, there's where I need to go. Oh, what is, my table is starting to irritate me. Okay, I know I need to trim that one off, I think, is where I need to go. And then we're going to accordion fold. Now tomorrow there will be a card video on, no, tomorrow there will be our color challenge video first thing in the morning. And then tomorrow afternoon we will have the first MemoryDex card of the 31 days of Halloween. Now the first few days are going to be pretty basic as I start getting things lined up. And it's going to take me a few minutes. I've been trying to get my challenges for Maddie out of the way. Okay, now we've got those all nice, creased nice and tight. And then this one. Okay. And see, those would come together in a fold together. They both tilt in. We want to make sure that we've got one that is not, that's tilting up. So I'm going to snip that little edge off. And then that way, this one will sit inside. Okay? The sitting inside part is important. Otherwise, you've got too much bulk on a fold and it doesn't want to fold right. So, and I'm trying to do this without wearing the glue. You know me and my Tombow, I'm going to wear it. There's just no two ways about it. Okay, now we're going to set one of our circles over here. And then we're going to start creasing this up good, getting it where we want it to go. See how it folds that little, covers that up. Now we can start messing with it and get it to crease where we want it to and pop it together. This is less fussy with larger accordions. That helps if you've got larger folds to work with. There's that one. We'll work it around, and there's that fussy one again, trying to be difficult. There we go. That's how quick that is supposed to pop down, just like that. Now let's come back here with our glue gun, put a dot in the center, set him back over here for our kitty to take care of. Now I want to keep that nice and tight. That's the trick, is to keep that nice and tight. So when you bring it back over here onto your circle, you have that nice tight center. Okay. Boy, I did not get that centered very well at all, did I? Let's try that one again. Okay, one more time with feeling. With a new circle, okay? Okay, I have glue on the circle. Punch this down together. Good thing this is going to be the back, right? Squish. And now turn it over and make it do its thing. Okay. Now I'm going to take a moment to watch this video and see if I need to redo it. And you can come back and you can kind of recrease your points and give them more definition. And that is our 1.5 inch rosettes, and I'm going to be making 31 of them. Yep, call me nuts. Thanks for joining me in the studio today. I will be back here tomorrow with our new color challenge featuring October colors. And then in the afternoon we'll do our first MemoryDex card. In the meantime, remember to like, to share, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of these videos, because there's going to be over 60 of them this month. Yep, I'm nuts. Creative blessings.